Ladies and gentlemen, silence is often misunderstood. It is seen as weakness, submission, or an absence of power. But silence, when wielded intentionally, can be the loudest and most profound response of all. It is not the kind of silence that comes from fear or resignation. It is the silence born of strength, clarity, and the refusal to engage in cycles of negativity that serve no purpose. It is the silence that demands respect without ever saying a word. Imagine a scenario where someone has wronged you deeply, expecting an emotional outburst, anger, or desperate attempt at reconciliation. That is what they prepare for, what they feed off. When you respond with silence, you deny them the satisfaction of your energy. You show them that their actions do not define you, nor do they have control over your peace. Silence in its purest form is not avoidance, it is mastery. It says more than any argument ever could. It declares, I will not lower myself to your chaos. My peace is mine, and it is untouchable. There is profound strength in choosing silence. It requires self-control, emotional intelligence, and the understanding that not every battle is worth fighting. The world often teaches us that we must always react, that we must always prove ourselves, that we must never let anyone get away with mistreating us. But the truth is, reacting often gives others power over us. They dictate how we feel, how we act, and even how we see ourselves. Choosing silence is reclaiming that power. It is deciding that your emotional well-being is more important than winning an argument or proving a point. Silence is not passive. It is active. It creates space for reflection, growth, and understanding. It allows you to observe, to learn, and to rise above. It is in silence that you find clarity about who you are and what truly matters to you. In the absence of noise, you realize that your worth was never tied to anyone else's opinions, validation, or actions. It is the ultimate declaration of independence from the toxic influences that try to infiltrate your life. And for those who wrong you, your silence is the ultimate punishment. It forces them to confront themselves. Without your reactions to deflect onto, they are left with only their actions to reflect upon. Silence holds a mirror to their behavior, and often what they see is not what they expected or wanted. It is uncomfortable for them because it denies them the drama they crave, the conflict they thrive on. It forces them into their own solitude, where they must face the reality of their choices. Your silence becomes their lesson. Not because you want revenge, but because you have moved on to a place where their actions no longer hold any weight. You are no longer shackled by the need to explain yourself or to seek validation from those who have proven unworthy of your energy. You stand firm not as a victim, but as a victor who has chosen peace over chaos. This choice is not always easy. There will be times when you are tempted to speak out, to confront, to retaliate. But remember, silence is not weakness. It is wisdom. It does not mean you are ignoring the wrongs, it means you are choosing not to let those wrongs define you. You are creating space for better things, for brighter days, for a life free from unnecessary conflict. Let your silence speak volumes. Let it echo louder than any words could. Let it remind you that your worth is inherent, unshaken by the actions of others. And let it show the world that true power lies not in the noise we make, but in the peace we keep. Silence is often underestimated as a powerful tool of strength. In a world that demands constant engagement, reaction, and validation, silence can feel like a void, an absence of response. However, it is far from being passive or weak. Silence is an intentional choice, a demonstration of inner strength that reveals self-control and mastery over one's emotions. It says, I am not controlled by external circumstances. I am guided by my values, my peace, and my priorities. Choosing silence, especially in challenging situations, is an act of courage. When others lash out, criticize, or provoke, the natural human tendency is to react. Our instincts scream for defense, justification, or retaliation. But responding in kind often escalates conflict and leaves us entangled in negativity. Silence, on the other hand, defies this cycle. It is a deliberate act that transcends the noise of the moment. It requires immense discipline to resist the pull of engagement, particularly when emotions are high. Silence does not mean agreement or submission. It is not about ignoring problems or letting others mistreat you. Instead, it is about recognizing what deserves your energy and what does not. It is a boundary, a shield that protects your emotional well-being. When you choose silence, you are telling yourself that your peace is more important than proving a point or seeking validation. It is a clear message to others that you will not participate in toxic dynamics, no matter how much they might try to pull you in. This act of silence is not without its challenges. It can be misinterpreted by others as indifference or weakness. Yet the true strength of silence lies in its ability to stand firm amidst these misconceptions. It is a confidence that does not need external acknowledgement to validate its existence. This type of strength is deeply rooted in self-awareness and emotional maturity. You understand that your worth is not determined by winning arguments or changing someone's perspective. Your value remains intact regardless of others' actions or opinions. Silence creates space of pause in the chaos that allows clarity to emerge. In the stillness of silence, you gain perspective. You see the bigger picture, free from the clutter of impulsive reactions. This clarity empowers you to respond thoughtfully if necessary, rather than reacting out of anger or frustration. Silence is not about ignoring the issue, it is about approaching it with wisdom and composure when the time is right. Silence also communicates volumes without words. It conveys that you have chosen to rise above pettiness and negativity. It shows that you are not easily swayed by provocation, and that your self-worth is not up for debate. This quiet strength can be disarming to those who expect confrontation. It forces them to confront their actions without the distraction of your reaction. Silence shifts the focus back onto them, compelling them to reflect on their behavior. In relationships and conflicts, silence can also serve as a reset button. It allows both parties to step back, cool down, and reassess the situation. Sometimes, in the absence of noise, understanding and empathy can emerge. Silence creates a pause that can diffuse tension and open the door to healthier communication later. But the most profound aspect of silence as strength is its role in personal growth. In choosing silence, you prioritize yourself. You redirect your energy from external battles to internal healing and self-improvement. This quiet retreat allows you to reconnect with your values and goals, reminding you of what truly matters. It is an act of self-respect, a declaration that you will not compromise your peace for the sake of unnecessary drama. Silence is not just the absence of words, it is the presence of wisdom. It is the understanding that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every situation demands a response. It is about knowing when to speak and when to let your silence speak for itself. Silence is a statement of self-respect, a way of saying, I will not let external negativity dictate my internal state. It is a refusal to give power to those who seek to provoke or harm. Choosing silence in moments of conflict or chaos is not about running away, it is about standing firm in your strength. It is a testament to your resilience, your wisdom, and your unwavering commitment to protect your peace. In a world that often values noise over substance, choosing silence is a revolutionary act of strength. It is a choice that allows you to rise above the fray, to protect your energy, and to focus on what truly matters. Silence is not empty, it is full of purpose, intention, and power. Silence is not just a response to conflict, it is also a profound tool for self-reflection and self-discovery. In our fast-paced world, filled with constant distractions and noise, the moments of silence we grant ourselves can be transformative. They provide a rare opportunity to delve deep into our thoughts, emotions, and motivations, allowing us to better understand ourselves and our place in the world. In these moments, silence becomes an act of reclaiming our inner world from the chaos of external demands. When we choose silence, we are essentially creating a sacred space for introspection. This is where self-awareness begins to flourish. Away from the judgmental gaze of the world and the incessant chatter of daily life, silence lets us confront our authentic selves. It enables us to ask meaningful questions. What do I truly value? What brings me joy? What areas of my life need attention or change? These questions, often buried beneath the noise, come to the surface in the quiet, urging us to address them with honesty and care. This process of self-reflection is not always easy. Silence forces us to face parts of ourselves that we might have been avoiding. It brings up unresolved emotions, fears, and insecurities. However, these uncomfortable truths are not enemies to be feared, they are teachers. By sitting with these feelings, we learn to process and understand them. We begin to recognize patterns in our behavior and thought processes, gaining the clarity needed to make better choices in the future. Silence then becomes a catalyst for personal growth. Silence deepens our connection to our intuition. In the absence of noise, the subtle voice of our inner wisdom becomes audible. This voice, often drowned out by external influences, can guide us toward decisions that align with our values and goals. Intuition is not irrational or impulsive, it is the result of our subconscious processing all the knowledge and experiences we have accumulated. By giving it space to surface, we tap into a profound source of insight that can shape our path in meaningful ways. A significant aspect of silence in self-reflection is its ability to foster gratitude. When we pause and reflect on our lives, we become more attuned to the blessings we often take for granted. Silence encourages us to shift our focus from what is lacking to what is present. This shift in perspective can be deeply healing, filling us with a sense of contentment and appreciation for the life we are living. Gratitude nurtures a positive outlook, which in turn enhances our overall well-being. In addition to self-awareness and gratitude, silence nurtures creativity and problem-solving. When our minds are not preoccupied with the endless input of information and opinions, they have the freedom to wander and explore. This mental space is where new ideas are born and where innovative solutions to challenges emerge. Silence is not an absence of activity, it is a fertile ground for mental exploration. It allows us to connect the dots in ways we might not have considered before. The benefits of silence extend beyond the individual to our relationships with others. When we take time for self-reflection, we become more grounded and centered. This inner stability makes us better equipped to navigate the complexities of human connections. We learn to communicate with greater clarity and empathy, as we are no longer reacting from a place of unresolved emotions. Silence teaches us to listen not just to others, but also to ourselves, which is an essential skill in building meaningful relationships. In a broader sense, silence as self-reflection aligns us with the rhythms of life. Just as the earth needs seasons of rest to regenerate, we too require moments of stillness to recharge and recalibrate. Silence is not about withdrawing from life, it is about preparing ourselves to engage with it more fully. It is a way of grounding ourselves in the present, of finding peace amidst the inevitable chaos. Silence as a tool for self-reflection is an act of self-love. It is a recognition that we deserve time and space to understand ourselves and to nurture our inner world. It is a practice of prioritizing our mental and emotional well-being over the demands of a noisy and impatient society. Silence is not about isolation, it is about connection to our true selves and to the essence of what it means to be alive. Silence has an unparalleled ability to bring clarity in times of confusion or emotional turmoil. It is during moments of silence that the noise of external pressures and internal chaos fades, offering us the mental space to see things for what they truly are. This clarity is essential for making decisions that align with our deepest values and purpose. In a world filled with distractions, it can be difficult to make sense of what we truly want, who we truly are, and what direction we should take in life. Silence offers a refuge from these distractions, allowing us to reconnect with our inner wisdom and gain perspective on situations that previously felt overwhelming. When we find ourselves in challenging situations, it's easy to react impulsively out of frustration, fear, or anxiety. These reactions often lead to regret and missed opportunities. Silence, however, gives us the opportunity to pause before we act. It encourages us to take a step back, breathe deeply, and assess the situation with a calm and composed mind. This moment of pause helps us to make decisions from a place of clarity, not emotional impulse. The ability to pause and reflect rather than react is one of the greatest gifts silence can offer. In addition to offering clarity, silence can also help us to better understand our emotions. Often, when we are caught in the whirlwind of daily life, we fail to process our feelings. We suppress them, ignore them, or let them go unchecked. This creates a build-up of emotional energy that can lead to stress, anxiety, and even physical health issues. Silence, however, allows us to sit with our emotions, acknowledge them, and process them in a healthy way. When we are able to feel our emotions without judgment or resistance, we can move through them with greater ease and understanding. This emotional awareness leads to better emotional regulation, which is crucial for maintaining balance and well-being in all areas of life. Silence fosters a deeper connection to our intuition, which is often drowned out by the noise and clutter of everyday life. Intuition is that quiet, inner voice that guides us, helping us make decisions that align with our true selves. However, in order to hear that voice, we must quiet the distractions around us and tune in to the wisdom within. Silence is the key to unlocking this inner guidance. It allows us to listen to that subtle yet powerful voice that knows what is best for us. It helps us become more attuned to our own needs, desires, and instincts, making it easier to navigate life with confidence and purpose. Silence also gives us the space to detach from the opinions of others. In today's hyper-connected world, we are constantly exposed to the views, judgments, and expectations of those around us. Social media, family, and peer pressure can all contribute to a sense of confusion or self-doubt. We often seek external validation or approval, which can cloud our own judgment and self-awareness. Silence provides a break from this external noise, allowing us to return to ourselves and make decisions based on our own values and beliefs, not on the opinions of others. In moments of silence, we can also gain greater perspective on the bigger picture. It's easy to get lost in the small, everyday struggles and challenges that seem insurmountable in the moment. But when we step back into silence, we often gain a new perspective. We see that the challenges we face are just a small part of a much larger journey. Silence allows us to zoom out and understand that life is a series of ups and downs, and that no moment, good or bad, is permanent. This perspective helps us to stay grounded and resilient, no matter what life throws our way. Silence also allows us to tap into a deep sense of peace. In our busy, fast-paced world, we are constantly in motion, whether physically or mentally. The constant stimulation of technology, work, and social obligations can create a sense of inner restlessness. Silence is the antidote to this restlessness. When we allow ourselves to be still, we create a sense of calm and peace that emanates from within. This peace is not contingent upon external circumstances. It is a state of being that we can cultivate through silence and presence. By cultivating inner peace, we can navigate the chaos of life with greater equanimity, knowing that we have the tools to remain centered no matter what happens around us. In moments of silence, we also experience a deeper connection to the present moment. In our fast-paced world, we often spend our time worrying about the past or the future. We replay past mistakes or anxieties, or we obsess over what lies ahead. Silence, however, allows us to be fully present in the now. It helps us to appreciate the small moments and the simple joys of life that we often overlook. The beauty of silence is that it helps us slow down and savor the richness of life as it unfolds, rather than rushing through it in pursuit of something more. Silence offers us the clarity we need to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. It provides the space to process our emotions, connect with our intuition, and detach from external influences. In the stillness, we find a sense of peace and perspective that allows us to live more authentically and intentionally. When we embrace silence, we open ourselves up to deeper self-awareness, greater emotional intelligence, and a more fulfilling life. Silence is not an absence, it is a presence, a powerful tool that can help us make better decisions, cultivate inner peace, and live with greater purpose. The key point revolves around the power of non-reactive silence in the face of conflict and negativity. When faced with provocation, criticism, or hostility, the natural human reaction is often to respond defensively or retaliate. This instinct, while understandable, frequently escalates tension, fuels misunderstandings, and creates an emotional tug-of-war. However, embracing silence as a conscious response can disarm negativity, shift dynamics, and preserve emotional energy. This approach is not about passive submission or avoidance, it is about asserting strength through restraint and choosing a higher path of self-control and inner stability. In this context, acts as a boundary. It sends a clear and potent message: I am not willing to engage in negativity or be drawn into unnecessary conflict. This boundary is not one of weakness, but of wisdom and maturity. It reflects a deep understanding that engaging in every confrontation or responding to every criticism often serves no productive purpose. By choosing silence, you reclaim your power and refuse to give others control over your emotional state. This refusal to react can be transformative both for you and for those around you. When silence is used in the face of provocation, it creates a pause, a gap in the flow of conflict. This pause can diffuse tension as it removes the immediate fuel that keeps the flames of hostility burning. People often expect their words or actions to elicit a reaction, and when that reaction does not come, it can cause them to reflect on their own behavior. Silence disrupts the cycle of conflict, offering a moment of clarity that can pave the way for more constructive interactions. It shifts the focus away from blame and defensiveness, creating space for introspection and resolution. Beyond its impact on others, silence as a response to negativity is deeply empowering on a personal level. It demonstrates self-control, which is a hallmark of emotional intelligence and resilience. Choosing silence requires you to rise above the immediate emotional triggers and act from a place of strength rather than weakness. It reinforces your sense of self-worth as you prioritize your peace and values over the need to prove yourself or win an argument. This self-control fosters a sense of inner calm and confidence that no external negativity can undermine. Silence allows you to maintain your dignity and composure in difficult situations. Responding with anger or frustration often leads to regret and tarnishes your sense of integrity. By choosing silence, you protect your character and demonstrate a level of grace that commands respect. This approach not only preserves your own emotional well-being, but also sets a powerful example for others, showing that strength lies not in loud words, but in quiet resolve. Silence also creates an opportunity for deeper reflection and understanding. When you choose not to react impulsively, you give yourself the time to process the situation objectively. This reflection helps you to see beyond the surface of the conflict and understand the underlying dynamics. Often negativity from others is a reflection of their own struggles, insecurities, or pain. Recognizing this can help you respond with compassion rather than hostility, further diffusing tension and fostering connection. Silence can be a tool for setting a precedent in your relationships and interactions. It communicates that you will not tolerate disrespect or negativity, and it encourages others to engage with you in a more respectful and meaningful way. Over time, this approach can transform the tone and quality of your relationships as people learn to approach you with greater care and consideration. The practice of silence does not mean suppressing your feelings or avoiding important conversations. It is about choosing when and how to express yourself in a way that aligns with your values and serves your highest good. There will be moments when speaking up is necessary and courageous, but even then, silence can serve as a precursor to thoughtful and impactful communication. By first pausing in silence, you can ensure that your words are measured, intentional, and free from the influence of immediate emotions. In a broader sense, silence as a response to negativity aligns with the principles of mindfulness and self-awareness. It encourages you to stay present, grounded, and connected to your inner truth. This presence allows you to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace, as you are not swayed by external chaos or inner turmoil. Silence becomes a practice of self-care and self-respect, enabling you to preserve your energy for the things that truly matter. The power of silence lies in its ability to transcend conflict and negativity, fostering peace both within yourself and in your relationships. It is a tool of wisdom, strength, and transformation, offering a pathway to greater harmony and fulfillment. By embracing silence as a conscious response, you not only protect your own well-being, but also contribute to a more compassionate and understanding world. Key point emphasizes the importance of not allowing others' negativity to dictate your emotional state or self-worth. In life, there will always be individuals who try to undermine your confidence, criticize your choices, or impose their insecurities onto you. These moments can feel deeply personal, but they are often more reflective of the other person's struggles than your own shortcomings. Learning to rise above such negativity requires cultivating a strong sense of self and an unwavering commitment to your inner peace. The step in overcoming the impact of others' negativity is recognizing that you are not responsible for their emotions or behaviors. Each person's reactions are shaped by their unique experiences, challenges, and mindset. When someone criticizes or attacks you, it often has little to do with you as an individual and more to do with their own unresolved issues. Internalizing this perspective can help you create a mental boundary between their negativity and your sense of self-worth. It is also essential to practice emotional detachment in such situations. This does not mean becoming indifferent or unkind, but rather refusing to let another person's negativity dictate how you feel about yourself. Emotional detachment allows you to remain centered and composed even in the face of hostility. By choosing not to react impulsively or take their words to heart, you reclaim your power and prevent their negativity from taking root in your mind. An important aspect of navigating negativity is self-awareness. Reflecting on your own emotions and triggers can help you identify why certain criticisms or behaviors affect you more than others. Self-awareness enables you to differentiate between constructive feedback, which can help you grow, and unwarranted negativity, which serves no purpose. By understanding yourself more deeply, you become less susceptible to being swayed by external judgments. Setting boundaries is also a crucial component of protecting yourself from negativity. Boundaries are not about shutting people out or avoiding conflict. They are about defining what behaviors you are willing to accept and enforcing those standards consistently. When you communicate your boundaries with clarity and firmness, you create an environment where respect and understanding can thrive. This not only safeguards your well-being, but also encourages healthier and more meaningful interactions with others. It is equally important to surround yourself with positive influences. While you may not have control over every interaction, you do have the power to choose the people and environments that uplift and support you. Seek out individuals who inspire you, challenge you to grow, and celebrate your successes. Their encouragement can serve as a counterbalance to any negativity you encounter, reminding you of your value and potential. Practicing self-compassion is another powerful way to combat negativity. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend in a similar situation. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, has moments of doubt, and faces challenges. Self-compassion helps you to embrace your imperfections without allowing them to define you. It strengthens your resilience and reinforces the belief that you are worthy of love and respect, regardless of others' opinions. Focus on maintaining a growth mindset. Instead of viewing negativity as a personal attack, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Even the harshest criticism can contain a nugget of truth or insight that can help you improve. By approaching negativity with curiosity and openness, you transform it from a source of pain into a catalyst for progress. Refusing to let others' negativity control your emotions or sense of self-worth is an act of empowerment. It requires self-awareness, emotional resilience, and a commitment to prioritizing your inner peace above all else. When you rise above negativity, you not only protect your own well-being, but also model a powerful example of strength and grace for others. This choice allows you to navigate life with greater confidence and clarity, unburdened by the weight of others' judgments or insecurities. Key point emphasizes the importance of embracing your silence as a form of personal power. Silence, in this context, is not just the absence of words, but the conscious choice to withhold energy and engagement from situations or individuals that do not deserve your time or attention. There are moments in life where the most profound response you can give to negativity, manipulation, or unproductive conflict is simply to remain silent. This silence communicates strength, confidence, and a deep sense of self-respect. In a world that often values constant interaction, the ability to stay silent in the face of provocation or turmoil can be a revolutionary act. People often seek validation or reactions from others, and when they fail to get the response they expect, it leaves them disoriented. This is especially true when you have been subjected to criticism, drama, or negativity, but instead of responding in kind, you choose to remain composed and disengage. Your silence, rather than being seen as a weakness, becomes a statement of your control over your emotions and actions. There is an inherent power in silence because it forces others to reflect on their own behavior. When you stop participating in toxic conversations or giving energy to unwarranted conflict, you create space for introspection. People who seek to manipulate or criticize may find themselves questioning their intentions or their approach when they receive no reaction from you. They are left to confront their own actions without the comfort of an external response to justify their behavior. Your silence reveals that you are no longer willing to feed into their negativity or manipulation, signaling that you are in control of your emotional landscape. This form of silence is not about being passive or avoiding confrontation. Rather, it is about choosing not to engage in battles that do not serve your well-being or growth. It is an acknowledgement that some conflicts are not worth fighting, and some people are not worth your time or energy. By withholding your attention and emotional investment from these situations, you are able to conserve your energy for what truly matters: your peace, your goals, and your growth. In doing so, you prioritize your mental and emotional health, which is essential for a fulfilling life. In relationships, silence can also be a powerful tool for setting boundaries. If someone consistently oversteps their limits or disrespects you, remaining silent in the face of their actions signals that you will no longer tolerate their behavior. This is not about silence in the sense of passive acceptance, but about using silence as a way of communicating that you will not engage in unhealthy dynamics. It is a firm and clear expression of your standards and self-respect. By embracing silence as a form of strength, you also give yourself the opportunity to reflect on your own thoughts and feelings. It allows you to process situations from a place of clarity, rather than reacting impulsively. In moments of silence, you can gain deeper insights into your own values, desires, and responses.